Hey, self-hate is real, man. So, opening day was yesterday in baseball, Major League Baseball, and it kind of got me just like researching some. When baseball comes around, I play fantasy baseball, so I start, just taking a trip down memory lane and review some certain players. I'm like, man, I remember when this player had this crazy season. I remember when this player was doing this and doing that. And Sammy Sosa was a huge figure for Chicago sports during the 90s, the late 90s, and the early 2000s. Like, Sammy was huge. Every time you turn on WGN, he was in the home run. And I remember that year when Barry Bonds, and Mark McGwire were in that home run race. It was spectacular for the game of baseball. But I thought about what has happened to Sammy now, man. How Sammy has just changed his image so much that Sammy out here looking like Casper, the Friendly Ghost. Like, literally. Like, Sammy out here looking like Count, with the Count from Sesame Street. Looking pale. Looking like, oh my God. Got a light-skinned friend, look like Sammy Sosa. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Sammy Sosa. Self-hate is a real thing, man. And Sammy doesn't want to admit it, but Sammy was ashamed. I believe that Sammy was ashamed of his black skin. I think he thought being black was like a curse or something. Like, he wanted to disassociate himself from that so much that he went to bleach his skin to look like he was white. Like white like the walls in the crib right now. Like, he wanted to look like that so much that he went to resort to bleaching his skin. And what makes it even worse was that I remember when he did that interview with Jeremy Schaap. And first he got mad at Jeremy Schaap and left the interview. And then he came back. He stormed out, then he came back and apologized. And Jeremy asked about his skin. He said, I want my skin to be clean. I like my skin to be clean, so I use this lotion for my skin to be clean. Sammy, and with all, like, Sammy's a great basketball player. Sammy's a great baseball player, a legend in Chicago sports. And the Cubs should welcome him back, whether he's on steroids or not. They want him to break, and they want to emasculate him. He go on this whole apology tour for them to take him back into the fold. And if I was Sammy, I wouldn't do that. But I wouldn't bleach my skin either. But Sammy is trying to make it seem like he had some skin problem. Like, no, Sammy. You think your blackness meant you were not pure. You weren't pure at all. You weren't clean. So now that you got this skin that's white, you think now you're cleansed now. You think you take the filth off of you or something. Like, and I'm like, I remember this vividly. When I first found out who Sammy Sosa was, I was a young boy. And my pops used to watch baseball so much that I had no choice but to know who Sammy Sosa was. And I watched sports and the news all the time with my grandma and all of that. And when I first saw Sammy, Sammy looked like his name, Chris Adarius from around the block around here. He looked like a straight up black man. All like a black man until I heard him talk. Because I didn't recognize the name Sosa was not an typical African American name here. So I'm like, well, dang, he look like he's straight up African American. He is an Afro, he has African descent, of course, but he's from the Dominican Republic, and I knew that when I heard him talk. But now Sammy just, oh my God, like, Sammy is looking, first his skin be looking white, he be looking pink, and I'm like, Sammy out here, like, literally, I remember when Stephen A. Smith made a joke and said, talking to Skip Bayless, Sammy out here whiter than you. He looked lighter than you out here. And I'm like, Sammy is ashamed to have that black skin. And I wonder, like, where he's from, is that like a sign of, is it like talked down on to be that skin color? Is it talked down on to be that dark? And I've seen other players from the Dominican Republic all dark like that. So I'm like, what is Sammy doing? And I don't know if his wife is from the Dominican Republic or not. I don't know. But her skin is much paler than what Sammy's was. And I don't know if he feels like that is the way he's supposed to be, or if other individuals have coerced him to believe that is how he's supposed to be. That is the true skin he needs to be in. But Sammy too damn old to be ashamed of his blackness and who he is. Like, family, your skin is that color. That's how you were born. That's how God made you. That's how he created you. That's how you were brought into this world. Why do you want to change how you look? You think it's dirty to have black skin? Brother, really? Because you know, when your kids, you can't change that. You're going to bleach their skin. Now, I know their mother is lighter, so his kids are lighter than what he was. But I'm saying, though, you just never know. If you have more children, they may come out with that same color. You going to bleach their skin as a child? Like, nah, man, I don't fool with that. Nor do I buy his whole story about him wanting to be, his skin wanting to be clean. Bruh, who you fooling, bro? We not dumb, man. We are not dumb. Again, I don't know where he comes from. If being that color is looked down upon, I don't know. I don't know if he let some in-laws get to him and they like, oh, he's black. Look at that skin. No. I don't know. But to see Sammy like that, I'm like, Sammy, you ought to be embarrassed of yourself out here. Did this to your skin and you out here looking like a cartoon character. A real-life cartoon character. At these ESPY Awards and all that, these award shows. Like, I'm like, what in the world is Sammy Sosa? What he got going on? Really, like, I'm just lost for words, man. But self-hate is a real thing. He's not the only person to do this type of stuff. The great Michael Jackson did it. Lil' Kim became lighter. So, in the black community, it's something that's prevalent where we've seen it happen. Even with, I think, Vybz Kartel, reggae rapper, he's light now. Like, what is going on? Y'all gotta stop that, man. Be happy with the skin that the man upstairs blessed you with. Be happy in his black skin, man. His melanin is good for you, man. It's good for you. Man, he made us like this for a reason. It's something you should be proud of. Not trying to stray away from to be something else, something that you're not. Be you and be happy in who you are. And that's it, man. But I just look at Sammy like, that's a damn shame, man. Sammy was out here, like, for real. When I saw Sammy, I thought Sammy was from America. He looked like his name was Darius or Chris. I'm looking at him now like, bro, you out here looking like Casper. I don't know, man. And Sammy, honestly, I feel like Sammy should always, the Cubs should accept him anyway because he helped put them back on the map. It's a historic franchise, but he kept them relevant for so many years, brought so much fanfare to the organization, kept their name buzzing during a time where they hadn't won a championship in so long that they were like, what the hell? Sammy kept them, they name popping. You know, they recently won the World Series in 2016, which was great, but can't forget about Sammy. But Sammy needs to not forget about his true identity as well. Peace.